to you, Nasir, and thanks for making yourself available at such short notice. How are you?
Good morning, Israel. Very well, thank you.
Okay. Where are you at the moment? In your farm?
No, I'm currently in Wa, the regional capital. My farm is situated in a village called Jairi. That's in the Wa East district of the
Okay.
region.
Okay, so we've heard lots of stories about food crisis and food shortages, prices going up. I'd want you to tell us what you do, the crops that you're actually producing or cultivating, and before we actually get into the conversation about food security, insecurity, and shortages and all of that.
Yes, so we currently cultivate maize, the popular staple. We also cultivate some beets as well. So in terms of crops, those are the two we cultivate at the moment. We also do other things like animal husbandry, and then we also do poultry as well.
I know you're also into you cultivate oranges and other fruits.
Yes. So we our farm is it's got a land area of 500 acres.
500
We have
acres.
yes,
That's a lot.
we do have 350 acres of mangoes. Then we have about 60 acres of oranges. And the rest of it we used for the cultivation of other crops like maize, beans, and the ones I just mentioned.
Okay, so what has it been like for you this year as far as your operations are concerned?
Well, some time ago, some of us made these comments concerning food shortage, but at the time we actually see it as prophets of doom. Just like you mentioned, biblically, it has been told how we during farming we should treat food security. Well, this year we cultivated 50 acres of maize. However, it's sad to say that we're not even going to get up to 5 acres of maize by the end of the season. The reason being that there was a heavy downpour this year. So you plant, you put your inputs, fertilizer has been applied, everything has been done according to what you're supposed to do. It gets to the tasseling stage where it starts flowering. That's where the comb starts building. Then the rains set in. So it rains almost every day in the region, or that's the part where my farm is. So in this situation, it rains just like humans. Plants also need nutrients, a balanced diet. So if they are just getting water all the time and not getting the sunlight and not getting other things, obviously it dies off. So yeah, there's nothing we could do. So it's gotten to that stage where yes, the maize is totally spoiled. Now, it is not just with our farm, but if you driving around the area where the farm is, various farmers are having the same problem. So some have the waters immersed in their plants. That's a total flood. We didn't have that, but we just had so much rain that more than we needed. So yes, so we are going to lose all our maize this year, and
Okay,
all the people around us. Yes, please.
Nasir, just to not to cut you, but this rain thing, there's nothing anybody could have done about it.
No, for that there's nothing anyone could have done about it. However, there's another problem that we faced, which could have something could have been done about. That's fertilizer. So this year, out of for our 50 acres of maize that we cultivated, we didn't get a single fertilizer from the Planting for Food and Jobs, which means that we had to buy fertilizer from the open market. And getting the fertilizer from the open market was also a big challenge because it wasn't available. Like people were just rushing for them because they couldn't get the Planting for Food and Job ones, which is subsidized. So you only have to you can only get fertilizer based on your connection with the chemical suppliers. So that has also been a big challenge for us this year. So we put in more money into fertilizer, probably three times more than we should have or we did last year. So that's yeah. So yeah, but
so in that case, Nasir, so in your case, you put in more money, probably 3 times more. And yet for the maize that you had to cultivate, you're saying that of the 50 acres, you've lost virtually everything.
Yes. Yes, exactly what I'm saying.
So the fertilizer that was had to come by, you got some, and then essentially you've lost all that you invested in it.
Yes, we have. We've lost everything that we invested in. That's into the maize. Anything that we invested in the maize, we're going to lose everything.
What's the situation with the other farmers in the area? In your case, you can afford to go and buy the fertilizer yourself. But how about the other farmers who can't have access to the fertilizer because the planting for food and jobs is not, or government is not supplying the subsidized fertilizer?
Okay, first of all, let me say this. Last year, we cultivated 100 acres of maize.
Okay.
We had to cut down to 50 because we're scared we're not going to get enough fertilizer. And there was this thing looming around that fertilizer is going to be short. There's going to be a shortage of fertilizer, so we didn't. So you can imagine what the peasant farmer went through. Now they would have to reduce the number of acreage they can that they usually cultivate. Now a lot of them didn't even apply fertilizer at all because they couldn't get fertilizer. So driving around the area, you'd see farms with the plants on there, but with stunted growth, which means that they didn't apply fertilizer.